Om Sarvamangalamangalye Siva Sarveda Sadike Saranye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostude Narayani Namostude Narayani Namostude Om Shanti 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 Om Namaste. Hello. Today I am going to talk about Virabhadra, the warrior god. One of the most important yoga postures are Virabhadrasana 1, Virabhadrasana 2, Virabhadrasana 3. In English, warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 3. Every yoga classes will do this one. Practice this Virabhadrasana 1, Virabhadrasana 2, Virabhadrasana 3. Vira means warrior. Bhadra is friend. So it's about a warrior god. Virabhadra is a warrior god, a fearsome, intense warrior. So who is this Virabhadra? Where he came from? Why he came? I'm going to explain everything about Virabhadra and Virabhadrasana. So this is the postures. You could see it now. Virabhadrasana 1, Virabhadrasana 2 and Virabhadrasana 3. Right. As you know, these three gods, you call it Trinity. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. The three gods. The consort or wife of Brahma is Saraswati. The consort of Vishnu is Lakshmi. And the consort of Lord Shiva is Parvati, Shakti or Satya. Right? But they all are nothing but one. They all are part of the Adi Parasakti. Lakshmi is a little part of Adi Parasakti, the Divine Mother. Saraswati is a part of Adi Parasakti, the Divine Mother. But Parvati and Sakti, they are not part of the Adi Parasakti. They are the Adi Parasakti. Now, the first avatar of Adi Parasakti is Sakti. Actually, it's not Shakti, it is Shakti, S-A-T-I. She is the first avatar of Adi Parasakti. She was born to marry Lord Shiva. She was born a king called Taksha. The Taksha is a great king. He is not an ordinary king. He is the son of Lord Brahma. He is what we call Manaputra. That means he came from the mind of Lord Brahma. Great king. But he never liked Lord Shiva. But remember, his daughter, Sakti, is born to marry Lord Shiva. So since he was small, all her mind, all her thinking, all her thoughts about Lord Shiva. But Taksha told to Shakti, you cannot marry Lord Shiva. If you ever marry Lord Shiva, I will disown you. But when the time came, when she became a young lady, she went and married Lord Shiva. Taksha was so furious, so angry. He disowned her. He told her, as far as I am concerned, I don't have any daughter called Sati. You are not my daughter at all. He completely disowned her. Of course, Lord Shiva and Shakti went to Kailash and they lived on their own life. Once, this great King Taksha had a yajna. It is called Yaham in my language, which is Tamil. But in English, I think it's called Yajna. It's a fire ritual, a great fire ritual. He called all the great kings, great sages like Vasistha, Bhikru, all the great sages, and the gods, Vishnu, Brahma, and all the demigods, Agni, Vayu, Indra, the king of Devas, the demigods, or king of the heaven, and Varuna, all the great demigods were there, except Lord Shiva. He did not invite Lord Shiva. But who is Lord Shiva? He is the king of the gods, Mahadeva, the great god, but he didn't invite. Also, Lord Shiva is the son-in-law of Taksha. He didn't invite it at all. When Sati heard about that, he was so angry, so upset. He went to Lord Shiva. He told Lord Shiva, you are his son-in-law. You are the first person he should invite. You should be the first person in the front of the yajna. I am going to go to my father and ask him justice. Why he didn't invite you? But Lord Shiva said, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. So please don't go and make a scene of it. Because he will insult you, he will humiliate you. Not only you, he will insult me, he will humiliate me as well. So please don't go. But Sati said, no, I cannot stand and wait for him to humiliate you. So I'm going to go and ask justice. So she didn't listen. She didn't listen to Lord Shiva. She went straight to the palace of Taksha. The great yajna is about to start. The fire was burning. It's a fire ritual. Great fire was burning. And all the sages was around. All the gods was around. All the demigods were around. All the great kings were around, except Lord Shiva. When Taksha seen Shakti, he said, why did you come? Who asked you to come? You have no work here. I don't want to see you. Go away. But Shakti said, you are making a big mistake. Lord Shiva is your son-in-law, and he should be the first person here. So you got to invite him. But Taksha was furious. He started to insult so much. He started to insult Lord Shiva, insulting Shakti, humiliating both of them. Shakti couldn't take anymore. She was so angry. She went inside the fire of the yajna. She said, Agni is the god of fire. He is called Agni. Burn me to death. But Agni came, the god of fire. He said, Shakti, you are Adi Parasakti. You are the Divine Mother. There's no fire in the whole universe can harm you. So Shakti closed her eyes. And as she closed her eyes, in the fire of the yajna, she turned into a massive figure, a beautiful woman, but tall, big woman with 8 hands, and each hand carrying a divine weapon. And she said, I am Adi Parasakti. I who create this universe. I am the Divine Mother. You insulted me, insulted my husband Lord Shiva. He will punish you. You all will be punished. And she brought the fire from inside and burned herself to death. Now here Lord Shiva is meditating, deep, deep meditation. Suddenly he felt it. He felt and he seen what happened. He was so distraught. He opened his eyes, he cried, shouting, "Oh Shakti, what you have done! Oh Shakti, oh Shakti." Tears were coming from his eyes. He couldn't control his rage and anger and sadness. He was so distraught. With so much anger, he took a hair from his dreadlock and he threw it on the ground. There are 2 versions of the story. The one story is that hair which was thrown by Lord Shiva on the ground is split into 2. One part of the hair came a massive, fierce looking warrior, which is Virabhadra. He was carrying a massive sword. From the other part of the hair came equally fierce looking, massive black woman, half naked, with a massive sword in her hand. And she is Bhadrakali. She is not Kali, but she is similar to Kali, a milder version of the Kali. But is still so fierce looking. But the general story is, the normal standard story is that only Virabhadra came from the hair. So we will concentrate on that part. So Virabhadra came from the hair on the ground, and he came with a massive sword, and that time or that particular time is called Virabhadrasana. When the Virabhadra came from the ground with a massive sword, a very fearsome, intense warrior, Virabhadrasana 1 is that particular part. Then Lord Shiva told to Virabhadra, go and destroy Takshan and anyone who helped him. So Virabhadra is walking, this massive figure with a massive sword in his hand. So Taksha heard about it. He sent all his warriors after Virabhadra. But Virabhadra destroyed the whole army, killing everyone on his path. He is walking faster towards the palace, and he entered the palace of Taksha. He was looking around. Then he identified Taksha. That is Virabhadrasana 2. When Virabhadra identified Taksha, that is Virabhadrasana 2. Then he struck Taksha with his massive sword and cut his hair and threw it in the fire of the yajna. So that is Virabhadrasana 3. So Virabhadrasana 1 is when Virabhadrasa came from the ground with a massive sword. Virabhadrasana 2 is when Virabhadra entered the palace of Taksha and identified Taksha. Virabhadrasana 3 is Virabhadra struck with massive sword Taksha and cut his head. And he walked away. And not only that, by the way, Virabhadra also killed Vasishtha and so many other demigods and more sages as well. But what happened after that for Vasishtha and other sages, that is another story I will tell some other time. Now, once Virabhadra cut Taksha's head and walked away, Lord Shiva is coming to Taksha's palace. He is coming with so much tears in his eyes, and he looked at the body of Shakti. He was so sad, crying and crying and crying. Then he took the body of Shakti and walking away. In that time, Lord Vishnu thought, if Lord Shiva will carry the body of Shakti and keep her body all the time with him, he will be always distraught, always worrying, crying over the Shakti. He will never find peace. So what did Vishnu do? He sent his disc called Sudarsana, which is his divine weapon. He was keeping in his finger, and he threw it, sent it towards the body of Shakti. And the Sudarsana chakra cut Shakti's body into 51 parts. All those 51 parts of the Shakti's body fell into different places, all over the places. And they are those parts where the Shakti's body fell called Shakti Bida, Shakti Pida. And where the Shakti's body part fell, there is a temple for the Adi Parasakti. So every place this part of her body fell down, there is a temple for Adi Parasakti, for the Divine Mother. Okay? So this is the story of Virabhadra. And Virabhadrasana 1, Virabhadrasana 2, Virabhadrasana 3. And thank you very much for listening to this story. Thank you, thank you.